kind grandpa matchmaker, please grant me a strong, sturdy man in my dreams. Amitabha. Ah. Oh my, so sturdy. These clothes are torn in such a convenient way. Many thanks, matchmaker. Amitabha. Husband, I'm here. What? I can't channel even a shred of my internal energy. Ha ha ha. How dare you? Many thanks to Grandpa Matchmaker for gifting me such a handsome husband. Husband, you're so firm. Ah, no. I meant your chest is very solid. Ah. Chuntao, fetch the estate physician quickly. What is wrong, miss? Good heavens, who is this? He is bleeding so much blood. Little miss. I need to check his pulse. You must let go first. Save him first, but I won't let go. Where is this? The room reeks of perfume, and the smell of braised pig's trotters. Damn it, my bones are broken. The effects of the muscle-relaxing powder are still present. You're awake. My name is Yan Ting. I was just passing through. I'm sorry to intrude while injured. Don't move. The physician said you have 4 broken ribs, and you've been poisoned with muscle-relaxing powder. You'll need to lie down for at least a month. Let go. I won't. You were gifted to me by the matchmaker. There is no such thing as returning a gift. A dignified commander of the secret guards, actually pinned to the bed by a chubby girl, unable to move. From today on, the gentleman staying in the guest room is my fiancé, whom I brought from out of town. How dare you? This little injury isn't enough to trap me. Ah. A dignified commander of the Dali Temple Secret Guards, who has infiltrated countless restricted areas in his life, actually fell for these 12 pathetic bells. Ah, husband. The wind is strong tonight. Come back to sleep. Did you tie these bells? 12 of them representing the 12 hours of the day. It means I'm thinking of you every single moment. If you come any closer to me, within 3 feet, don't blame me for being impolite. This way, I'm not technically clothes anymore, right? Oh, miss. Master Yan refuses to eat anything. He even knocked over 2 bowls of medicine prescribed by the physician. He doesn't have to drink the medicine, but my pork rib and lotus root soup. No one can resist that. Come on, open up, I'll feed you. I won't eat it. Fine, if you don't drink the soup, you won't have the strength to push me away. The bowl is empty, licked clean. The wind blew it over. Miss, the bowl is empty. He drank it all. I knew no one could resist my pork rib and lotus root soup, and he said the wind blew it over. Did the wind blow the pork ribs away too? Two weeks of recovery. More than enough to deal with a wall. Lard. Husband, I've put 3 locks on the front gate. I blocked the side door with a rice jar. Outside the back door is the moat. You're welcome to swim if you want, but in your current state, I'm afraid you'd sink halfway. Stop struggling. Come up, I've braised some pigs trotters. Does your family sell pigs? My father is the richest man in the capital. We sell everything. Miss, don't go. Those noble ladies are only inviting you to be a laughingstock. At the banquet at Minister Lee's house last time, they called you little pig right to your face, I know. Then why are you still going? They invited me to be the joke. It just depends on who gets the last laugh. Find that red peony dress of mine, the largest size. I want to make sure that when they see me, they won't be able to ignore me even if they try. Husband, I'm going to a banquet tomorrow. I'll bring you back something delicious. Don't call me husband. All right, husband. Is that chubby girl really going to such an event to be laughed at? Sir, the Marquis of Angwo is holding a flower viewing banquet. The Marquis's estate is linked to the smuggling case. Several merchant houses will be in attendance. Follow her there tomorrow. Follow whom to the banquet? Sir, are you worried about Miss Ju? Ha ha ha. Oh look. Sister Liu, Man is here. With such a vulgar figure, she is just asking to be laughed at. Sister Man, you look wonderful today. You look so blessed. Much better than those of us who are so frail. Haha. Thank you for your concern, sister. This little trick of yours isn't even as good as my father's business tactics. Truly elegant and upright, Hempeish. Did you see that? That is what a refined lady looks like. How can a merchant's daughter compare? Sister Shen, your zither playing is excellent. Oh, and Sister Manman is here too. Why don't you show us a talent as well? Want to make a joke out of me? Today I'll let you know how an abacus bead can hit you right in the face. All right. I don't know the zither, chess, calligraphy, or painting, but I have another skill. A merchant's daughter is truly a simpleton. Let's use these peonies you're so proud of. I'll pose a question. Which of you sisters here can answer it? Man will kowtow to her. There are 360 peonies in this garden. 3 are picked daily for vases. 7 are replanted every 5 days. How many days until there are exactly 100 left in the garden? What is this girl babbling about? I can't understand a single word. 200 days, don't find it too vulgar, sisters. I made this up while helping my father with his accounts. Speaking of which, the Marquis of Angwo's estate bought silk from our shop last season and ran up a tab of 800 taels. It is about time to settle that, isn't it? I think our family also has an outstanding tab at the Jew shop. When it comes to the zither, I'm no match for Sister Shen, but when it comes to accounting, all of you combined might not be able to outcalculate me. After all, playing the zither won't put food on the table. Only by knowing how to count can you put food on the table. Miss, are you upset? Chuntao, do you think if I lost weight, I wouldn't have to rely on my sharp tongue to win every time? Miss, you're already very impressive. Why are you crying? I'm not upset. I'm just thinking that no matter how sharp my tongue is, it is useless if I can't outrun someone. What if I encounter danger next time? I want to lose weight. I want to be fast and steady. Sir, that Miss Ju opened her mouth and nearly made the Marchioness of Angwo flip the table. She is quite something. I've been with you for 6 years, sir. I know that look. She is quite interesting. Yan Ting, teach me martial arts. With your physique, training will only lead to injury. Then teaching me to run should be fine, right? Running doesn't require internal energy. She actually left me speechless. Is that it? Not yet, I'm just cheering on the rockery. I actually ran a whole lap today. How embarrassing. My husband must be laughing at me. Husband, you finally feel sorry for me. Your sweat dripped onto my shoes. Ha ha ha. I can't do it anymore. Just let me die here. Get up and run 2 more laps. You have no heart. Hey, hey. Watch this. Ouch. So firm, so hot. How did I run into that? Wait, don't be nervous. I did that on purpose. My lord, I have investigated. Miss Ju began balancing accounts at 7, negotiated business at 12, and tripled the profits of the Western-style shops by 15. There is a saying in the Chamber of Commerce, Ju Million is sharp, but his daughter is even sharper. Tomorrow add 2 grappling moves to her training also. Have her bring the account books for the Ju family's South Ferry operations. Isn't that asking too much of her? She needs to be involved in the investigation as well. Hey. Does your family's trade route pass through South Ferry? South Ferry is essential for my family's tea trade. We ship large quantities on the 15th and 30th of every month. Why? What are you looking into? You're asking about South Ferry. Does it have something to do with those suspicious merchant firms? You know about them? I noticed it when I was managing the accounts for my father. There are several firms I've never heard of, shipping goods frequently. They declare everything as coarse cloth and pottery, but the shipping and tax costs are far higher than the value of the goods. They aren't making any money at all, unless they aren't shipping coarse cloth at all. How much do you know about the unusual scheduling at South Ferry over the last 6 months? Just wait. Miss, what are you doing? Helping my husband solve a case. I didn't sleep all night. Here is the list of suspicious firms, the shipping schedule, and the trade route map. This route. It perfectly matches the smuggling route I've been tracking for months. It matches completely. You've been a huge help. My husband praised me, haha. I'm going to frame these words and hang them by my bed, ha ha ha. Don't call me husband. I'll write husband. Don't call me husband. Understood, husband. With such messy drawing skills, you've actually managed to organize these tangled clues so clearly. Ju Manman, you really are full of surprises. My mother recorded this while she was still alive. The last time my mother went out before she passed was to meet someone at South Ferry. She fell ill after she returned, and she didn't last long after that. Didn't you say I wasn't allowed to eat snacks? An exception for today. Investigate this. Who was the person Madame Ju met at the South Pier 8 years ago, and her cause of death? Investigate that as well. Is this related to the smuggling case? Maybe not. But since we're investigating, we might as well be thorough. By the way, my lord, I've discovered that the smuggling network's contact here in the capital is likely Joe Chiming. He was originally a secret guard, trained alongside you. He vanished after defecting 3 years ago. I still remember his junior brother's sword technique. Father Master Yan says things are unstable outside lately, and that I should go out less. But the Imperial hunt, it wouldn't be good to miss it, right? I'm here, aren't I? What are you afraid of? Besides, today is just for fun. Don't mind those women, ha ha ha. Don't worry, father, I'll only mind the prey. Manman, be careful. The mountain road is bumpy. Don't fall off your horse with her weight. Even the horse can't handle it. Ha ha ha. Ah, a wild boar, help. Help, it is over. Father Yue has been unfilial. Ah. Are you all right, Sister Shen? She actually saved me, and her movements were so swift. Is this really that same girl from the Jew family? That Jew girl has quite some nerve, saving someone with her bare hands. I heard she has been practicing martial arts lately. Haha. Miss Jew, you haven't settled on a marriage yet, have you? What is the rush? My Jew family isn't short on a dowry. What we're short on is someone worthy of it. Sister Manman, your standards are quite high, but the eligible young men in the capital probably care more about family status and appearance. You're just a chubby merchant's daughter. What are you dreaming about? Sister Liu is right. Good men do indeed value character and appearance. Character comes first, appearance second. As for character, though my Jew family are merchants, we never default on our debts. As for appearance, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Being fat or thin is just a matter of a few dozen pounds. If I want to lose weight, I can. But there are some things that you can't grow back once they're missing, like a brain. Ah. My lord, this time, we've really been outdone by this young lady. That was so satisfying. Miss Jew, please wait. For saving my life today, Yue will never forget it. Is this really that same high and mighty Sister Shen? She is actually speaking to me so earnestly. Sister Shen, you're too kind. It was just a small favor. About what you said at the banquet today. You were right. Some things really can't be faked. I've played the zither for 10 years, but no one has ever shown my father an ounce more respect because of my music. Want some? I noticed you didn't eat a single thing at the banquet earlier. You're better than all of them. Well, of course, I'm also heavier than all of them. Yanting's weakness has been found. Have I become this strong? You've always been strong. It is just that no one ever taught you how to use it. Why does that sound like a compliment? Training late at night. My basic internal energy has mostly recovered. People on a diet shouldn't drink sweets. Lucky you. Your fiancé. Miss. I saw that wonton seller at the alley entrance 2 days ago. He doesn't sell wontons. He has just been staring at our shop. Something's definitely wrong. Yanting was right. It is not safe out there. From tomorrow on, you are not allowed to go out alone. Okay. The senior brother has a charmed life. Then we'll start with the people around him. Zhou Qiming's spies have already reached the Jew residence. In 3 days, there is a final shipment handover at the South Ferry. It is the best time to close the net. My lord, how much of your internal energy has recovered? 50%. That is enough. 50% is nowhere near enough to deal with a madman like Zhou Qiming. He has been so strange lately. He doesn't scold me during training anymore. He doesn't blame the wind for spilling the soup either. He even took the initiative to tell me not to go out. Old man Yue, is he planning to leave? I'm just going to check the accounts. I'll be right back. Ah, Xiao. Ah. Why is no one here to deliver the soup today? Did he go to the shop or... Please don't let anything happen. Manman, wait for me. Don't panic, don't panic. They want information, not my life. As long as I'm still alive, he will come. Miss Ju, I am Joe Chiming. I've heard much about you. What do you want? The smuggling ledgers and evidence from the South Ferry. Yan Ting is hiding at your place, so the items must be there too. Hand them over, and I'll send you back. I have to stall for time. It is time to put on an act. Account books. What account books? I only handle the bookkeeping, not the warehouse inventory. If you want the account books, you should go find my father. Hemp. This old fox isn't easy to fool. I need to add some spice. Besides, Master Yan is only staying at my house to recover from his injuries. He doesn't tell me what cases he is investigating. I'm just a sheltered young lady. I don't know anything at all. You'd better think carefully. I'll give you 1 hour. If you can't remember by then, I'll find another way to help you remember. 1 hour is enough. Have you thought of it? I have. I'll tell you. Hemp. Wang Ear, a clerk at our East Market shop, stole 2 taels and 6 mace of silver last month and bought a pair of boots. Actually, those boots were fake leather, worth only 8 mace. He really got ripped off. Also, the West Market shop brought in a batch of tea last month, but it got damp and we lost 37 taels and 4 mace. My father scolded the manager for half an hour over that. I'm asking about the smuggling account books, but you told me to think. This is all I could think of. A month and a half of training is enough. Thank you for teaching me, husband. I can't just run away, but I can let him know where I am. I have to find a way to send a message. Hey, big brother. I need to use the latrine. I've been locked up for almost 2 hours. Nature calls, you know. You can't expect me to just hurry up. My legs are completely numb. Don't try anything funny. What a pain. A good opportunity. This is it. Oh, my foot. What are you dragging your feet for? Get up and keep moving. Now. What are you doing? This lady isn't a pushover. It is not fear. It is an adrenaline rush. Fighting is exhausting. I need to replenish my energy. Sir, there is another location over there. She wrote it with her own blood. Wow, this information is incredibly precise. Brother, with 5/10 of your internal power, you can't beat me. Want to try? Husband, you're here. I knew you'd come. I'm fine, really. Don't run around anymore. Back off, don't interfere. Sister-in-law, can I really call you that now? Hehe. My lady. I thought I'd never see you again. I'm not married yet. I'm not going to die. Sir, here are Zhu Manman's trade route maps, the list of suspicious firms, Zhou Qiming's confession, and the seized contraband weapons and gunpowder. They're all here. I will head to the palace tonight to petition the emperor to raid the smuggling network's capital strongholds. All those involved will be arrested. We've been investigating this case for over half a year. The key to breaking it was that messy map drawn by a merchant's daughter. Yenting, your informant this time, was more useful than all your secret guards combined. How do you plan to handle that Miss Zhu? I have my own plans. Ha ha ha. This is our Yan family token, along with the bridal sedan and the betrothal gifts. A live pig is too noisy. A golden pig suits her better. Husband, time for soup. Don't call me husband. All right, husband. Hehe. He is not even putting effort into correcting me anymore. Ah. Is this me? My lady, did you get a new head or something? Oh no, I can't fit into my pomegranate red coat anymore. It is Sue embroidery. Can you focus on something important? Husband. Today's soup is lotus seed and lily. She has lost weight. Find the most beautiful dress your mistress owns. Where's your daughter? Almost ready, almost ready. My girl is going to stun you all tonight. Is this? This is little Miss Zhu. She has lost weight, yes, but she is still just a merchant's daughter. Magistrate Yan of the Supreme Court, present. Why did he come dressed like that? Miss Zhu saved my life. Her contribution to solving the case is something I can never fully repay. I wish to offer this pendant as a betrothal gift. This is impossible. The great god of death of the Supreme Court proposing to a merchant's daughter? She is truly more worthy than I am. Sister-in-law, the magistrate has really grown up. I can finally call you sister-in-law officially. Magistrate Yan, are you sure? I was delivered by the matchmaker himself. No returns or exchanges allowed. Delivered by the matchmaker. I never accept returns. Ha ha ha. Husband. Many thanks, old man matchmaker. Package received. 5-star review. I'll buy from you again. Hey. Husband, come and pay your respects too. I don't pray to the matchmaker. Why not? I don't need to anymore. You. What do you mean by that? Thank you. Let's go. There is another pot of red date and silver ear soup in the kitchen. Something sweet again? Life after all should be a little sweet.